on, dudes and dudettes? A few things real quick today. So, of course, right when I finished my video yesterday and uploading it to YouTube, Stanley Taufoou, hope I'm saying that last name right, a 3-star inside linebacker, I believe from Utah, committed to USC yesterday for next year's class. So it's pretty awesome. Get another linebacker. Kind of think, why is he a 3-star going to USC? But I'm sure they saw something in him, and dude could lift over 400 pounds already, so it's pretty crazy bench pressing that. So, and then Metu, they did an interview with him yesterday after the Lakers workout, and he was just saying how much of a fan he was of the Lakers, you know, for his entire life, and lived right down the street in El Segundo from them growing up. And it was just a dream come true to even be able to work out for them. And I'm sure he has more workouts, but he's just hoping and kind of determined, if he does get drafted by the Lakers, to play a little bit harder, I think. So that's a good reason right there to sign him. Lakers, listen up, Magic Johnson, Rob Pelinka, please. And then you also have, I guess this might be considered a guilty pleasure movie because not many people really liked it or even enjoyed it. But I kind of like that Speed Racer movie that came out 10 years ago. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary, which is pretty crazy how long it's been since that was like the year I graduated high school. So I don't know. I think it was just before its time. If they didn't do as much stuff like quirky or weird stuff with like the little brother and his chimp, I think it would have maybe been taken a little bit more seriously and not just for kids. But the graphics in there, all the stuff, all the racing is some of the best stuff you could see even in a Fast and Furious movie that don't really have that much racing when you really think about it. But I'm going to do something real quick at the end of this video, something new, doing like a review of a lot of movies now, trying to end these with quick little review stuff of movies I've seen, trying to recommend to you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching again, and let's get to it real quick. Woo! Okay, I wanted to start off with a pretty interesting director, in my opinion. A guy that I really didn't hear much about the past few years, only until he got signed on to direct the latest Thor movie. So I guess kind of as homework for myself, I wanted to go through and look at his films, since it's only been 3 films that he's really done before Thor. And I somehow came upon his 3rd film, so I actually went backwards. I went the 3rd film second to the 1st. So I watched For The Wilderpeople, then I watched What We Do in the Shadows, and then Boy. So I kind of got to see a weird maturation of how he became, you know, a certain type of director and the certain type of things he did, the type of New Zealand comedy that there is. It's almost like British, kind of like not taking yourself too seriously. But those movies are really funny. Like, I'm surprised how funny they are and how enjoyable they are. He does have a sense of fantasy about them too, certain stories. So they're great movies to check out. I kind of stumbled upon them even without really thinking about it, even though I did want to do my homework on them. And Thor is an awesome movie as well. If you haven't seen it, the latest Thor movie is funny and very fantastical and adventurous. For the Wilderpeople is kind of like a kid who's been a bad egg, as they say. He's an orphan kid and been kicked out of every home just because he's just can't seem to behave correctly. So of course he has one last chance in this place in New Zealand with this one lady who takes him in. And you know, it does happen that something happens, and then he ends up going into the bush, as they say, which is like their Amazon or like a really big forest where you could get lost in. That's pretty much what happens, and then he ends up becoming really good friends with his uncle, one of the foster parents as well. They become really close, and they have this kind of mini adventure where people think that the uncle stole him, even though he went in to go look for him and retrieve him because he didn't want to take care of him anymore. But you know, a lot of hijinks end up happening, and it's just a real fun movie as well. But also with What We Do in the Shadows is like a mockumentary, like a fake documentary about 3, you know, vampires living in New Zealand. And of course, because it's like the middle of nowhere, and it's just like them going around, and some of the graphics in there of what they did to make them look like real vampires is pretty cool as well. And once again, it's just really funny. And then Boy is kind of like the more serious one. I think that's why he started off that way and got more recognition from like the New Zealand people out there, because it was a very serious topic. They do have the highest rate of like suicides or for young children in that area, which kind of sucks, but you kind of see how he kind of deals with that, and you know how he maybe even grew up himself. So those are really great films to watch if you guys are interested in a guy you should be able to trust. Taika Waititi, director from New Zealand, and he's in all three of them. So you know, have fun watching. Hopefully, I'm sure he's going to do another thing or two coming up pretty soon. So hopefully we can all support him in that. He's a great guy. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Have a great rest of your day.